back to another 6-scale figure review with me, your host, That Mania. And today we have the second to last Ghostbuster. We have Winston Zeddemore. What can I say? Winston, he may not be your favorite character because he's not one of the original three, but he definitely brings a lot of charm and life to his character. I personally love Winston. He's kind of like our standing character. He's just straight man who doesn't really know what's going on, there for a paycheck. And, you know, like I said, just that everyday guy who just happens to get sucked into a beyond everyday kind of scenario. And he's fun. I like him. I think he's a good addition. I like what they did with him in a little bit more in the second one. Then it gets a little crazy off the rails between that and Afterlife, where he's just the richest guy alive. So that one's a bit weird, but other than that, that's Winston, you know? Just that everyday guy. And here's the box, pretty much the same as the other two. Nothing too special going on here. You know, it says his name, kind of like it would on the Ghostbusters patch. It's got the, broken box design on it. We got our ghost down there, coming around the Present Toys logo. We got our ghost on the back. We've got the box damage that I got with the box, which was awesome. We got the Ghostbusters logo again, and then back to the front. Anyway, why don't we take this guy out of the box and see if he looks good. What can I say about Winston Zeddemore here? Just like every other Ghostbuster, the outfit, super nice. The proton pack, super cool looking. And obviously we've seen it twice now, so it's hard for them to screw it up by the third one. Where we get to with the same problem as the first two seems to be the sculpt isn't quite perfect. Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But for the most part, there's an overall goodness to it. Because like I said, the costume looks nice. The backpack looks nice. The lack of accessories looks fantastic. You know how that is. But I'm happy with most of it. It's just not all of it, which is, again, I feel like I'm just beating a dead bush horse here. But man, come on, just the head sculpts. And I'm not even a big fan of the way the Blitzway one is with the new one, because I don't like that it's an open mouth. I feel like it needed to, but that's a different thing. Anyway, let's get him off of the spinning turntable here and talk about Winston Zeddemore. So, just like the other two Ghostbusters we've looked at so far, the accessories are pretty much non-existent. We get the little walkie-talkie on his belt there. We get, obviously, another one of these proton streams, which, again, they look really nice. I like the lemonade to pink lemonade color mixing here. I like the little lightning around it. I think these are fantastic accessory. Good job, Present Toys. You got one. We got one. But the other one is this weird, kind of scared head sculpt where his eyes are looking up at a weird angle. I don't know what it is, but all of the scared head sculpts have an eye looking up thing going on. And this one kind of looks like he's dead. Like he's like, So I don't really know what the deal with this one is, but I hate it. I genuinely just hate this sculpt. Because it's only minorly shocked, but because his eyes have rolled up just that slight bit, it just kind of looks like he's dead and he got shot and he wasn't expecting it. But, that's it for Winston accessories. Other than that, we've got our proton pack, we've got our Neutrona wand, and we've got this normal head sculpt, which looks fine. I think it's an okay head sculpt. It's not really spectacular. It's not blowing me away. It looks like it's kind of too light in places. The hair looks a little whack. They got the line, though, which I always forget he has. So that's good. But I just feel like this sculpt is really weak. I didn't mind the Egon sculpt. I didn't mind the Ray sculpt all that much. It's still not great. But I feel like this sculpt isn't that great. I feel like it could be a hell of a lot better. And it's just not. It's disappointing. The hair just kind of feels like an afterthought as well. It's matted onto his head. And somebody just quickly painted over it with black and was just very careful not to go over the line. It reminds me of the same look that the Lego Star Wars Force Awakens Finn hair has, where it's just kind of like scriggly wagglies. And I hate it. But like I said, it's okay. It's not what I want, but it's okay, I guess. Is it worth me spending more money to upgrade to Blitzway? Maybe just like one or two. I think if I was to get anything from Blitzway, it would definitely be Winston here. And then I'd argue maybe Ray, because at least it has the ghost trap and the accessories. Moving on, we've got our suit here, which is pretty much the exact same as everybody else's. We've got the black undershirt. We've got the tan jumpsuit. You can see the word Zeddemore there. There's some pocket stuff going on here. It's pretty straightforward for the most part. Still no strap on the proton pack, which, at this point, we've just come to accept is not happening. He's got a little padding inside. You can see he's got a little bump. But all in all, it's pretty simplistic outfit. We've got our lovely proton pack, yet back again. Again, with nice battery accessories. Once again, turns on no problem. Looks really nice. This piece right here is going to be the death of me. This is going to fall off at some point. I haven't even touched it, and it's already like bending and breaking. Again, if you haven't already seen, CR 2032 batteries is exactly what you need. This piece disconnects right there, and you can easily pop those in. And it might not light up until you fully tighten it, but then once you get that all set and ready to go, then you'll have no problem getting the light on, and it looks really good. I like the way it flashes in a perfect circle, like the cyclotron is moving there. The lights on the blue look really good, and you can see it does heat up the actual front of Neutrona wand, which again, just like the last, has a nice printed on sticker there. It's got your bips and bobs, green. It does have this on the front, did not fall off yet. All good. Nice weathering. It's definitely rubbed on metal. So it looks really nice overall. And again, there's just a button here on the bottom to shut it off. Other than that, we got our elbow pads here, which, what was I going to say? Elbow pads, which are nicely gray to break up that nice bit of tan. We've got our belt, which if we zoom in here, like we see on every other one, we've got these little dangly hookies. We've got our walkie-talkie, which is just chilling there. We've got our dangling bits and bobs here. We got the bits and we got the bobs. Everyone's got this noodle, and some of them are way more cooperative than others. This is not one of those cooperative ones. Egon and Ray's I got to sit cooperatively, but these two, not so much. And then from there, it is just pants, and then these solid piece black boots, like everybody else, which he can barely stand on because they're not split cut. And his legs are kind of wobbly. If I want to complain about something, it's the neck attachment here, because of the way the head sculpt attaches, where it's just like the little plug and you pop it on. It's really annoying to get the shirt to go around it, and the head will just fall off at random times. So you then have the problem of, oh my god, the head sculpt just won't stay on because it's really loose, and you just want to like move it to the right or move it to the left, and then it pops off. I think that's bad design. However, they went out of their way on this one to use a black body, which is cool, I guess, but you don't see it. The only reason I know that is because when I took the hand off and I couldn't get it back on, I rolled up the sleeve a little bit and I went, oh, guess the body's black. That's cool. But other than that, it's just a swing and a mess for this guy so far. Not feeling too confident. Again, he'll look fine, but I think it could be a lot better, and that's the problem. I just wanted him to be the best Winston he could be, and they're not quite getting there. But, maybe he'll look better with the other two. So why don't we pull them out right now, and put them all together. 3 out of 4 Ghostbusters are in the display. We have Ray, we have Winston, and we have Egon. And they all have their very variety of hits and misses, where some parts are really good and some parts are not so good. And it's been really an all over the place kind of event. Some got extra accessories. Egon got a PKE meter, and that's it for extra accessories overall, which is kind of obnoxious. Where was the budget for the other extra accessories? Who knows? But I'm happy to see 3 Ghostbusters together finally. I mean, we're one away from completing their Ghostbusters set, which should be here shortly. Who knows? May even be the end of the week. Couldn't tell you. But I'm so happy to see at least these 4. And I'm going to be even more happy, hopefully, when we get that last one here. Did I say 4? These 3. And then when we get these 4 all together. But that's a time for another tale. Let's move on to articulation. So, same problem we've had with everybody else. The head is loose, so we can get our 360 of a life end. But you just got to be careful to not lose the head. Like that. Up kind of that far. Down kind of that far. Back and forth, but your head's going to try to leave the whole time. So just be very careful. Arm goes up that far. Arm goes up that far. Arm goes back that far. And elbow bend. Not bad. You do get some crunch. There's some nice padding in there. You get some leg spread. Leg goes up that far. Leg doesn't really go back all that much. A little bit more than a 90 at the knee, and there is no ankle articulation to be found, and I just crunched this little piece, so now I'm going to have to re-glue that at some point. I'm going to blame the Ghostbusters. There must have been a ghoul in the room, because I would have never broken this on my own, and we'll just tuck it in and hope nobody ever notices. But now we have to take Winston here to the end of the video. Yet another silly sculpt on yet another silly guy. These secondary sculpts are weird, and some of them are like, oh, I'm scared, and some of them are kind of more like shocked, and then the Ray one is just like, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette and call it a day. There's no like uniformity to them, which is a shame. I wish they all just had like I'm scared, because that would have at least been funny. Because this one again is like mildly shocked, like he just found out somebody in his family died that he doesn't really remember, and he's just pretending to be shocked. Or it kind of looks like I said earlier, he just got shot and now he's dead and he doesn't realize it yet. It's weird on an already weird thing. I don't know why they needed the second sculpt at all. Probably could have saved a little bit more money to put towards the first sculpt. That should have been good. The only person who I'd argue should get the second sculpt, either Ray with the cigarette one or Peter with the screaming one, because it's an iconic scene. I don't even remember Egon really yelling or this face being made all that much. So, it's just an oddity. And also, my biggest complaint, these gloves and the wrist pegs just do not mix. They are fighting each other the entire time. I had a pose in mind and I couldn't even do it, because I couldn't get the wrist pegs to stay on properly. So he's just kind of awkwardly scared and holding his proton torpedo, his neutrino wand. It's just one of those things, and there's not much I could do about it. I'm fighting for my life here, and he's fighting back. Can I say it's a good figure? Sure, I could say it's a good figure. It's okay. It's not perfect, but it's like serviceable. If you're happy with it, by all means be happy with it. This is perfectly serviceable to hold a place in your collection as a Ghostbusters figure. If you want to spend the extra more money to get Blitzway, because I know Blitzway's quality is kind of crazy, then do that. Live your life. I'm not here to tell you whether one thing's good or not. I'm just here to show you your option. If this is the option you wanted to go with, then I'm hoping this video helps you decide whether that option is worthwhile. Or if you're like, maybe I'll just wait. I'll get the Blitzway one. because they're selling them individually still. The pre-order could cut off at any time, but as of right now, they're still selling them individually. But, you know, I hope that this video helped inform you whether or not you wanted to pick up any of the ghoul getters. And if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like and subscribe, because the channel's been doing nicely recently, and I'd love to keep the momentum up because we are having the time of our lives here at Metro, I don't know what I want to say, Metro Station. No, I can't say that. That's a band. Here at Metro Incorporated. There we go. Metro headquarters. And I'd love to keep that momentum up. So, you know, if you enjoy the video, please feel free to like and subscribe to the video. And with all of that out of the way, I've been me, and you've been you, and thank you for watching yet another 6-scale figure review. Hopefully you join me next time when we review something maybe new. I will see you then.